Just finished up with the Cobot show here, LightWELD Cobot show. Evan from Sarah Laser, by the way. Follow me. So we're gonna go in the VIP entrance, back door.
I gotta buy a new car though first. Gotcha.
Hey, Joe. And I'm gonna take you here to show you the light cell. So the light cell, inside we got the 10IAL robot from Fanuc. We have a 2-axis auxiliary positioner, and we're gonna do some coordinated motion welding, wire welding, fusion welding, and cleaning on a stencil. So come over here, I'll show you. Give you a visual on the hardware here. First and foremost, we got the important fume extraction system by FilterBox Weld R. And then down here, you'll see a Siegmund tabletop mounted on a pressed and Easton positioner with Fanuc motors and Tesco gearboxes. Here at Sarah Laser, we're only using the best products that we could possibly get our hands on. We want our system to be reliable, efficient, and perform well for people in all different industries. Over here, we're gonna have the Fanuc CRX 10IAL robot. So this is like a medium-sized robot. Typically, we deal with the 10IAL, and the 30IA robot. Those designations have to do with the kilogram payload and the length of the arm. So this is about the medium one. Speaking of medium ones, we're talking here about the LightWELD 1500 XR. This is right in the middle of the range. It's gonna get good performance on all different kinds of material and deep weld penetration. Not quite as much as the 2000, but more than the 1000. All right, and then we're gonna have our wire feed system. We're using our very own Servo light wire. So the Servo light wire is a wire feeder that we developed here at Sarah Laser that works really well in the handheld format as well as on the Cobot. So it's gonna have a servo motor inside, which gives you very accurate speed control on the low end of speed down to 1 centimeter a minute and up to about 600 centimeters a minute. So you have a very wide range of speeds that you can use, and it's very precise, predictable, and accurate. Here's our sample part here. The sample part is gonna have fusion welds around the base, wire welds on the corner, wire weld around this pipe, and then a cleaning mode over this stencil. So you can put our branding or a part number, whatever you can think of, on your part without having to have a separate laser. All right? Guess without further ado, I'm gonna go ahead and weld the part. Close the door, turn the fume extraction system on. I'm gonna activate the laser. Also give you a little rundown of our program. We've got the typical Fanuc motion icons as well as our plug-in icons for the LightBot software. So we have set program, that's the front face of the LightWELD. You're gonna change your power, your setting, your width, and your length. You have your laser on icon. Laser on is where you can set some simple timers to determine whether you want to use a wire feeder or not. Set your adaptive wire feed control or your manual wire feed speed. I'm going to leave it on adaptive. I can activate fusion lock, surefire, extra devices, and change the power composition all from this icon. Kind of a one-stop shop. I have linear motion, circular motion, laser off, laser on. That's about it. It's pretty simple. It just kind of repeats over and over again for the different welds on this part. There's about 10 welds on this part. All right, so I'm going to activate the play menu, crank up the speed to 100. Go ahead and run the weld. Oh my God. All right, one take. I guess I had something in the wrong spot, so let's try it again. I tried to start it and it wasn't at the beginning. My bad. I had the cursor in the middle of the program. I should have started it over again. Okay. Let's try it again. All right, so it's going to return to home before moving on. It's going to start with this wire weld around the pipe. Wire's going to stick out, touch down on the material before firing the laser so that we don't overpower the material. We're going to have the wire incorporated from the very beginning all the way to the very end. It's going to retract, pull away from the material without getting the wire stuck. That's important. And that's because we have really good retraction performance with this servo light wire. And it's going to reposition, and it's going to move along onto the fusion welds around the base. What this positioner is doing is presenting the part to the robot in the most comfortable way possible. So the robot doesn't want to be very stretched out, doesn't want to be cramped up into a tight spot. So what this positioner does, it's basically allowing the robot to maintain its most comfortable position and just turning the part, handing it to the robot in essence. And this is the last one. This one's the most impressive one. It's going to be moving both of the additional axes at the same time while making a straight line. It's a little bit excessive and not really necessary. You could just move the robot in a straight line. However, it showcases the abilities of this system, having the 2 additional axes. Plus, it looks pretty cool to see a straight line weld made while the part is spinning. All right, now it's going to move on to the outside corners, and it's going to be using wire welding here. Take a look at that wire touching down on the part before the wire sets off. This is going to ensure that we have filler material incorporated from the beginning of the weld. Once again, presenting the part in a nice vertical orientation so that the robot and the laser have the easiest time making the weld. Throughout this entire program, the laser head probably stays within about a 6-inch diameter circle. All right, so the next thing that we're gonna see is the laser cleaning doing a stencil. So we've made a thin sheet metal part with our logos on it, and the laser is gonna be using the cleaning parameters that are built into it at a narrowed width in order to stencil the part. And essentially, you can mark the part like that. So if you have a simple stencil with a part number, a logo, anything like that, you're gonna be able to mark the part without having a separate laser to do the work. So it's something that we came up with. It's simple, it's effective. It looks like nothing's happening on video probably, but if you really zoom in and take a look, you'll see that cleaning pass happening. And once you take the stencil off, the logos will be revealed. All right, let's open this up and check out this part. Check out that stenciling, pretty cool, huh? All right, we got our outside corner wire welds looking beautiful. We got our inside corner autogenous welds. We also have this very nice wire weld going around this pipe. And after all this welding, you can see that the temperature is totally under control. I'm able to put my hand anywhere on this part without searing my fingers off. All right, guys, that's it. Catch us next time. Next time, don't miss the show. Come on over. It's worth it. You'll get free lunch. Get to check out some cool technology.
Don't miss the show. Don't miss the show.
Wait, what?
Don't miss the show.
Don't miss the show.
Don't miss the show.
Don't miss the show.
See ya.
Floor man says so.